Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Muhammad Hussene, petroleum engineering student from University of Technology Petronas, and currently doing my internship here at Instituto Nacional de Petróleo, INP. In this presentation, I would like to thank my supervisors, Engineer Nazario Bangalani, the photo is over there, and my supervisor from UTP, Dr. Muhamade, and special thanks to Engineer Natalia Camba, Engineer Delcio Monteiro, and Engineer Celia Correa, which are the co-supervisors who are also helping me in this process of internship. The outcomes for this presentation will be an introduction to what is ENP organizational chart, departments, history of petroleum industry in Mozambique, and some background about petroleum activities in our country. Licensing rounds, just a briefing about it. Concession areas, production, future projects, and also some learning experience that I will be sharing with you here throughout, that I have acquired throughout this internship program. ENP challenges and recommendation, and therefore my conclusion at last. Introduction. So ENP, by the Council of Ministers and under the Decree 25/2004 of 20 August was created, however updated in 2015 to law, is the regulatory authority for petroleum operations in Mozambique. It's actually, ENP is the personnel or the individual that is responsible to regulate all the petroleum activities in Mozambique. The mission is to manage the petroleum resources of Mozambique and administer the related operations for the benefit of the society and in compliance with existing laws, government policies, and contractual commitments. So basically, it means that everything that is related to petroleum activities in this country is regulated by ENP in accordance with existing laws and also including the contractual commitments and government policies. Division, to ascertain that petroleum operations are conducted in accordance with laws, regulations, and international best practices. This is very important, and I'll be stressing that out at the end, where we have where I'll be talking about my experience here at ENP. The international standards. ENP job scope. So basically, ENP job scope to regulate, manage, and promote petroleum activities in Mozambique, define strategic areas for concession, exploration, production, and all the reconnaissance contracts. To evaluate and authorize the construction of petroleum infrastructure, monitor of upstream, midstream, and downstream activities. And just now, it was there was a correction that ENP just monitors upstream and midstream and not downstream. So a correction over there. Ensure commitment on agency requirements and be updated on international trends and technological achievements that are important for petroleum operations in Mozambique, which is a very important point. So a little bit about the history of petroleum industry in Mozambique. So in 1904, it's not 1940, 1904 to 1920, we have early exploration, first exploration in Nyaminga, exploration in Pandit Temani from 1948 to 1974, and we have first discovery in Pandi in 1961, 1962, the subsequent discovery in Buzi, and therefore discovery in Temani in 1965-67. Production sharing agreements with BP, Norbai, Scimitar, Arco, Sesol, creation of ENP by 2004, and other companies involved. In 2005, we have the licensing round in Rovuma Basin with Hydro, Anadarko, Eni, Artumas, and 2010 gas discovery in Rovuma Basin. By 2014, new petroleum law. In 2015, fifth licensing round, which I'll be also stressing out in the next slides. The organizational chart, okay, basically the constitution of ENP starts with the chairman, legal advisors, then we go to administrative and financial department, administrative and patrimony department, human resource department, and currently, basically, I believe that I'm under this department, fiscal and safety directorate. The organizational chart is basically the personnel involved in ENP, the individuals, their degrees and their career distribution, the relative career distribution. So we have a number of 1 PhD, 2 PhD, and masters. It's basically a distribution. I'm not going to stress that out, just for the graphics and visualization. Department. So basically we have these 2 departments, technical and non-technical, which are subdivided into 2, both exploration department, technical into exploration department, project and development department, and non-technical, administrative and finance department, and legal department. For the technical, we have exploration department, develop actions to promote the investment of petroleum, prospecting and research, conduct procurement for branding concession, and conclude the petroleum operations, report on the development of areas of activity that are being conducted by the department. Exploration department. Resource assessment department. Analyze the report of the research activities submitted by the companies, promote studies in the field of geology and geophysics applied in petroleum research, monitor the implementation of petroleum operations and the fulfillment of contractual obligations of the holders of concession contracts. So actually all the departments are being described here. I'm not going to go through all of them. For the technical, so technical, non-technical department, we have the administrative and finance department, has 3 working divisions: administrative and patrimony department, human resource department, and secretariat. So for the licensing rounds, we have the first licensing round. This is for the petroleum backgrounds, the petroleum activities that have been carried out in our country. We have the first licensing round, Mozambique Basin 2000, second licensing round, Muhamade Basin 2005, third in 2007, also Mozambique Basin, and fourth licensing round 2009. And I will be stretching more on the 5th licensing round, which is more recently closed on 13th July of 2015. Operator applications received in this licensing, in this bidding, was by operator Pan Intemani B. We have the operators Indico Dorado Limitada, ENH, with 10%, Blue Green 27%, and Shoreline Overseas Petroleum Department 50%. We have also operator Pan Intemani C, Sasol Petroleum Mozambique Exploration Limitada, 70%, and ENH 30%. And this is the geographical areas. Operator Angoshi A and B, Eni Mozambique, and Sasol Petroleum Exploration, and Statoil Holding Motherlands, and the percentage that they are holding. Continuing. Pandi and Temani. We have Trollside Energia Mozambique, ENH, operator Angoshi, ExxonMobil, Exploration and Production Mozambique Offshore, and others, operator Angoshi B, Total Exploration and Production Mozambique, and that's it. Just to visualize some aspects that have been carried out. These are the concession areas. Mozambique Basin, we have the concession Pandi Temani. We have 100% partner Sasol. Pandi and Temani, we have Sasol 7%. This is PPA. ENH 25%, and IFC 5%. Area 16 and 19, Sazol 50%, Petronas 35%, and ENH 15%. I believe this is updated. Bahia de Sofala, Sazol 85%, and ENH 15%. Buzi, hydrocarbons, and Area A, Sazol 90%. And here we have for Rovuma Basin, the concession onshore. Partners, we have Anadarko, Morel and Prawn, ENH, PTTP, Wentworth Resources, with their percentages. And the others for Area 1, Area 4, and therefore Area 3 and 6. Exploration activities and database, seismic data, we have since 1998 to 2015. 2D, both 2D and 3D have been carried out, and with extension for 2D of 161,000 kilometers square and 24,400 kilometers square for 3D seismics. Drilled wells, total 197 wells, exploration wells 107, appraisal wells 60, production wells 22, injection wells 3, and maturation wells 5. Okay, these are just the proposed locations. Natural gas production. Natural gas production in Mozambique started by Sazol and ENH in 2004 in the Temani field, and in 2009 the Pandi field was occupied by, grouped to the system or coupled to the system. According to NP 2013, the total amount of gas produced from 2004 until December 2015 was 27.3 billion normal cubic meters, and condensate produced was 13 million barrels. Gas royalty, current production capacity 183 megajoules per year or million. Amount of gas to be delivered to the government 9 billion per year. The royalty. Future prospects. So these are some of the future projects that will be. So we have the Mozambique LNG project in Rovuma Basin Area 1, Anadarko Petroleum, Palma Cabo Delgado Province, 2 trains beginning of 2020, a total capacity of 5 million tons per year. And then we have we have 12 production wells of 7 each, 20 million standard cubic feet per day per well. For Coral FLNG plant, another project in Rovuma Basin area, operated by Eni, to store, process, and offloading the LNG. A train with a 3 MTPA capacity, 6 production wells, duration 1 to 25 years, an estimated producing capacity of 4 million standard cubic feet per well. And then we have the LNG plant in Mamba, Prosperidade Complex, Eni and Anadarko LNG plant in Mamba Prosperidade Complex. We have located in Rovuma Basin between area 1 and area 4. The expansion project of the central processing facility in Pandi and Temani fields are also one of the future projects. I don't know if it's undergoing now. The expansion project aims to increase the capacity of central processing facility from 120 to 183 million joules to supply additional gas to South Africa and Mozambique market. Okay, learning experience. Okay, throughout my internship program, my student training at ENP, I've learned some computer skills, some related softwares like Eclipse, Petrel, time management, okay, to come on time, to be on time for the meetings and all the activities and the one here at ENP. Office work, okay, the dress code, communication and behavior skills. Here we are from different backgrounds, people from Center, North and South, Mozambique, even overseas. So we share all these different backgrounds and we come up together as a unit. Knowledge gain, understanding Mozambique petroleum laws, overview of Mozambique petroleum activities, field development plan, and drilling program activities. Right now, continuing, during this, I've learned actually a lot from these drilling program activities that are being carried out by Sazol in Yasoto. For example, now Sazol is going to drill a well in Yasoto G6 IPX4. It's the name of the well, and it was my first time having this kind of experience. I had in my hands for the first time a drilling program to analyze and be critique about it. It was my first experience having that, and to evaluate that, having no experience, and it was tough. It was tough. And basically, under the department that I'm in, which is the fiscal and safety department, I was asked to actually provide a critique about the well integrity in this case. So it was really important for me. I gained a lot of knowledge in this. Okay, in this stage, to have a drilling programs in my hands and analyze it, it's not an easy process, and it was tough, but it was good. So in those, I was able to understand drilling program, the well design, testing design, completion design, the drilling fluid program, casing schemes, workover interventions, and most of all, the well integrity, which is really an issue when we talk about drilling. Comparison between the proposed drilling program and international standards. One of the main challenges that I had during this research, I would say, or during this process of learning, was that I had the plan that was from Sazol, for example, and I didn't have a reference to compare those and what is being actually the international standards. So this was tough. I was asking the departments here to actually give me at least the API system to compare these two and come up with a solution to see what is Sazol actually doing and what are the international standards. This was one of the challenges, but everything went well. And another challenge was I had to ask for documents, not only the API systems, but other documents that are related to, for example, a drilling program. And yeah, that was basically the well engineering guidelines and others because the drilling program was actually just the drilling program, but some other documents were needed to make sure that everything that they're doing is undergoing well and in control. Okay, recommendations. I see that we don't have enough engineers. In this case, for example, drilling engineers. Right now there is a drilling process, a drilling operation going on. Is going to be, the date is not specified yet, and actually we don't have personnel to be there and see these things or control and supervise. We have actually, ENP has advisors, which are people with enough experience, but we would like to have some local people to also be there and supervise these processes. To make real-time evaluation, okay, the same thing. If we have enough engineers, that means we are going to have them in the field and to provide more of this fiscalization process and control. Occupational safety hazard professional briefing and plan. It seems that right now ENP is still on the process of providing an HSC for this building. Right? This is in this building, not for external process. Of course, the external process will be the priority, and it's already there. But for this building, in this case, it is necessary to have this hazard professional briefing and plan for safeties. So that was it basically, not much. And thank you for your attention. And then we pass on to the questions.
Thank you for your presentation. And yeah, I do have some questions there. In one of the slides, I saw, I mean, in the usual slide regarding the areas.
The areas concessions.
Yeah, the concessions. And I realized that ENH is everywhere there. Is there any specific reason for that?
ENH is, I believe, is the compartment that controls the downstream, right? The downstream component, which is the money in this case. So I believe for that reason they would be in all these areas they would be having some. So you're talking about production in this case.
No, but actually ENH is not in Austria. Actually ENH is doing the job. It's not operator, of course, they're not
Okay.
but they are doing jobs in upstream as well. So the main reason is INP, these are our institutions, it deals with the regulations
Okay.
and so on, while ENH is commercial side, you said correctly, but not in downstream. They're doing exploration, they're doing production, but they deal with money, as we said, but not the money downstream, the money
Okay.
upstream. So that's why, this is the state company, it's a national road company.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting to hear that. It's a learning process.
Yeah. That's why, this is one of the issues. The company, the state wanted to see ENH in every single operations, every single area.
Oh, okay.
That's why they are there. For a small percentage, 15%, but it's something.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, the whole thing.
Another question, one of the slides you mentioned that Japan start producing in 2004 and banned in 2009.
This,
And they are saying the gas will same facility, same processing facility. Is there any specific reason for that difference in production? I mean, the unit of production.
it's not, okay.
Is that quite accurate? Yeah. No, that one.
This one? It's not the one in which they will be coupled to the system.
Oh, okay, I can show you one more. No problem.
Let's see. Okay, but let's see the thing is. I cannot even find the which one was it? Mhm. So what was the question again?
In this slide you are showing now,
Yeah.
it says
Natural
the
gas
natural gas production, yes.
Role and ENH in 2004. In the Temani field in 2009, and the Pandi field was coupled to the system.
Yes. Can you elaborate more on that statement? In 2004, I think there's some technical issues. There is that difference.
Yeah, I don't have much input on this. I would like to maybe.
Yes, actually what happened was there are two pools. No, Taman is one reservoir and Pan is another one. And it was realized that when they started production 2004, and so they want to send this gas to the same facility, there is a huge difference in terms of pressures. You know, the Pan field was higher pressure than Pandi. I mean, Taman and higher pressure than Pandi. So they allowed Taman to produce first to lower the pressure so that they can go to the CPF at the same similar pressure.
Good. Thanks.
I think we discussed that issue some.
In one of the
Just actually, you mentioned on the slide that coral, when you're talking about coral, you said that the production will be 4,430 million scraps. Is that a realistic number?
No. It was a mistake. Cannot be that much. Yeah. Cannot be that much. I believe it's here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some mistake around it.
Yeah.
So it cannot be that. Let's review that now.
Well, in this slide, can you please tell us in which phase the projects are? There is two projects, the LNG project and the FLNG, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, in which phase? You know, we have the exploration phase, we have a development phase, and we phase these two projects.
I believe that here they're talking about production, right? Some numbers. It's more on production, what they're going to produce, process of loading. So I believe it's production process.
Production process.
Just remember that the only field producing currently is Pan and Taman. So all other projects are still projects. You know.
And I say these are future prospects, right? It's something that
But in this, there are some that the plan of development
yes, some of these will be the exploration phase. Actually, they're all here. The production and the exploration, basically. Right. So we're talking about some exploration. We're talking about production capacities, processing.
yeah, but in this, there are some gates in the petroleum industry. You have exploration. After exploration, you have discovery, and then you go for development, and development, production, and then abandonment. And I believe the question was, in which stage are we now? So you can say now, they're drilling development wells now.
Different processes.
But now they're not drilling development wells, they're still doing some starts to submit the plan of development. So there are a lot of phases in the process.
So did you get the explanation, Nazario?
I believe that not only one process is here. This is my point of view. For example, if I say that production is here, is because these are future projects. Okay, they are planning to have 6 production wells. They are planning to have a production of 4 million.
Okay.
I wouldn't be saying that this is an exploration phase. Their planning now is the exploration phase, but the plan is for the production.
Okay. Well, what I want to tell you is that first we should know that in this area, from a project, there's a different phase, as Lazaro was trying to explain.
Okay.
The first one is exploration phase, where the companies go to the field and then do the seismic drill exploration well and so on. And then there is a appraisal, which means the evaluation of the discoveries. After this, there is a declaration of commerciality,
In this case, it will be the appraisal line. Yes.
They are in two different stages actually. The Coral FLNG, the plan of development was approved already,
Oh,
so it's not a problem. The plan of development is approved, so
if it's approved,
they will
so-
start the development phase, the drill development phase, production runs, which is development phase. But in this context, what is the meaning of prospects? Yeah.
And it should be future projects, right?
Yeah, I believe it's future projects.
Future projects, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have a small question, not the big one. Yes, you wrote the total capacity of the 5 MTPA just for one train or for the whole trains? The total capacity of 5 MTPA, what do you mean by that? You have two train beginnings of 2020, and then for that bullet, the total capacity for the two train edition will be 5 MTPA.
It's total, right?
For the both trains, is that?
Yeah,
But it's not for each one.
for each one.
Each one, 11, 5 MTPA.
That's why I believe it was wrongly written.
And then there is that part, I don't understand like 4 into the bracket 2 plus by the end of 2020. What do you mean about that?
Okay, so just something that I would like to stress. This information is just for the background activities that are being here. I'm not really involved in this. It's a process of, okay?
Yes.
I believe that we had presentations for each one of us and everyone knows. So some of my colleagues here, they were really specific to this area and they know more about this. I believe that this is core. I have to do more research and reading on this.
Well, my advice is that if you are not familiar, if you are not really
And
Yes,
shouldn't
please, yeah.
include
Just
the,
don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. Just to show.
Yeah. Thank you, Ahmed, for your
And
very good presentation.